Hey, if you've found this video, that means that you have come across my Telegram channel maybe, or my YouTube channel, or perhaps my blog. And I'm so thankful. I like to think that it's God that brought you here, and there's a message from Him in what I have to say. I'm not here to promote myself. I'm here to help you follow Jesus because I know what it's like to live in the world for the world, and I know what it's like to live in Christ for Christ. And I can tell you very clearly that His way is the best way. It's an extraordinary life. It is doing it different. And so my tagline is, I'm keeping it real, I'm doing it different, and I'm following Jesus. And I want to bring you with me. But you might wonder, like, why would I want to go on this crazy journey with this lady I don't even know? So let me just tell you a little bit about myself. Well, I grew up in a poor family in a poor neighborhood. My dad battled with addiction and mental illness, and my mom was really struggling to keep it together as far as like financially, and she had to work a lot. And we were latchkey kids very, very early, like in kindergarten. So life was a little rough for me in the beginning. And my mom got saved when I was somewhere around 9 years old. And soon after, we were going to church, and I also accepted Jesus because the way it was explained to me, Jesus was like a big brother. And I wanted a big brother. I had a big brother, but having another big brother to protect me in this world and to be with me all the time sounded awesome because I was lonely and I was scared. So I accepted Jesus. I welcomed him into my life, and that was maybe around age 10. But it took me another 20 to 25 years before I actually gave him my life. So I accepted him, but I didn't give anything back for a very long time. So I was living a sinful life and just expecting that Jesus was going to forgive me for all of those things that I was doing. I had very low self-esteem, very low self-worth. I became very self-destructive as a teenager. I even attempted suicide, though I wasn't really taking it seriously. But I was self-destructive, abusing drugs and alcohol, abusing my body, being promiscuous, and really developing a lifestyle of sin and shame that became a huge, huge burden to me. And finally, in my late 20s, I knew I needed to change. And I fell in with this group of women at a church who they were mature Christian women, and they took me under their wing. And I'm telling you, it took a whole team of people to get me on the Jesus train, to get me to realize that, yeah, Jesus loved me and he wanted to be the Lord of my life, but I had to let him, and that I could do it and how to do it. So at the same time, I was also in a 12-step program trying to change my lifestyle. And the 12-step program was also focused on surrender and turning my life and my will over to Christ. Well, they only talk about it as your higher power. But to me, I already knew Jesus from the way back time, So, so it was time. It was time for me to grow up and to make some changes because my way was destructive and painful, and it was just piling hurt upon hurt upon hurt on myself. I came to a crisis when I was about 30. I found the 12-step program. I started Bible studies, and it was during that time that I decided to radically follow Jesus in what I call radical obedience. I am Jesus's yes man. When he says what to do, I just do it. If he says, write about this, I just write about it. I don't know what the results are going to be. I don't try to control the things I can't control, but I'm here to serve. So I'm serving him and I'm serving you. And I hope that you find it to be a healing and encouraging experience. And I hope that we can build community with one another as a body of believers who really love one another deeply, who really want to keep it real and do it different and follow Jesus. And one of the things that he's called me to do over the years is to advocate in the political arena for parental rights and specifically vaccine choice. And it's really an interesting time to be me, to be someone who is called to follow Jesus with radical obedience, and also someone who is called to participate in political advocacy and in a leadership role to preserve parental rights to vaccine choice. And I want you to stick around and learn how those two things intersect, how those things connect. Not everything that I do has to do with vaccines, but right now in spring of 2021, there is a lot going on that has to do with religious freedom, which has to do with individual freedom, and which has to do with vaccine choice. And this is an issue that we shouldn't be afraid to look at and talk about. And as followers of Christ, we need to be discerning. We need to be alert, and we need to follow people and seek out people who have wisdom. So I hope that I can impart some of that wisdom from my 6 years of experience in political advocacy and in my understanding of how the vaccine programs work and how these policies are developed and utilized to help you to make an informed decision for your family and to help you trust Jesus through it all. So thanks for coming by. I hope that we can really grow together on our journey, doing it different, following Jesus, and keeping it real.